Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You're going to see Sweet Potato and my reaction to the new Amulet update and all the new stuff within the Amulet update. You're also going to see an interview between me and the game dev on a couple of questions I have about the future of the game. And I'm going to leave that part in full. The Amulet update has released. We've got to find the Amulet.
Oh, I found one. There's one on the snow shop behind the sign. Sky Amulet lets you double jump. Costs 25,000 coins and a giant kiwi.
Okay. There you go.
Oh,
Sky
dude, I had
Amulet
two.
lets you
I
double
had
jump.
two and I sold them. Oh, I found it.
Where?
Come to the red area.
Yeah,
Where are you?
right above you.
Well, come down now. Come down here. Look, the tree's shadow is blocking it.
Oh, it was too. That's cool. That's why we couldn't just go.
You need a glider. Yeah, this is the tourmaline amulet. It costs all three mythics. Unique, sorry.
Uniques? Are you serious?
Yeah, and 350.
Get an exclusive tourmaline mutation. What is a tourmaline mutation, though?
Oh, I found the last area. It's on the fancy furnishing. Come to the fancy furnishing.
Yeah, I'm coming.
No way I missed this, bro. What? You can literally see through it. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm coming up.
Yeah, it's up here. There's a little hole that's transparent. You can literally see through it. I don't know how I missed this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fancy amulet lets you lock fancy furnishings option to be purchased anytime.
The only ones that's
for
gonna help
builders.
is... Yeah, exactly.
The tourmaline one. Wait, there's four, right?
No, there's only 3. This is a sad day.
Sad day.
Sad day.
For Unk over here.
The Guano unique with all the mutations on her is going away.
Into the void.
It's gonna be voided for an item. We
No
have
problem.
one unique left after this. A singular one. I will have $5,000 after this purchase. All 3 in hand. This is so sad. This is not a dancing matter. Bye bye. I will miss you greatly.
Haha. Unk just spent $350,000 and all of his uniques. Hit that like button if that's so sad.
Alright, so I got a fruit. Yeah, I did. I got a fruit with a tourmaline mutation here, and I'm going to show you guys what it does. So this is the effect on it. It's like a green, cyan, and blue sort of sparkle, kind of the exact same colors as the gear that you can equip on your character. It has a 4x sell value, so whatever the base value is, it'll times that value by 4, and that's how much you can sell it for. I should have a rainbow item over here, because the game dev did do something. And it has been nerfed, I believe, if I can remember correctly, it was on 5. If not, correct me in the comments. It was on 5 times, but now it's been moved down to 3. And I think that's because of the addition of the tourmaline mutation. Now I'm going to show the raw footage from the interview and the questions that I asked. Yo.
Hello, welcome.
Hello. So on my last video that I uploaded, I had a look underneath the map. I don't know if Mike asked this, but in the area with the bananas, one of the little like divots in the ground has a box underneath it. If you know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I'm assuming that's going to be some sort of secret eventually, but...
Well, I mean, the thing with that is, in earlier versions of Fruit Forger, before the official release, there was actually a secret down here. Let me show you all on stream real quick. If I can select this, I'm going to delete that. Boom. So the idea was you fall into this one unexpectedly, and boom, you're in this new little room. So that was going to be one of the secrets on release. The problem was I had no idea what to put down here. I didn't have any fun reference to put. I didn't have a secret item to put. Amulets weren't a thing at the time because they weren't a thing an hour ago. So I didn't have any. I had nothing to put in there, pretty much. So I decided I'm not going to delete the room because I spent a good 15, 20 minutes making it. So I might as well just board it up and no one will ever notice, right? No one will know about it. And now I was completely wrong about that. Tons and tons of people have asked me what that is, and yeah, so I misjudged. I thought it could be there without people finding out about it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think
Also,
you'll
it
use
doesn't
it?
help that it's I don't know, maybe. I don't think so because before when I was making Fruit Forger, I didn't have as good an understanding to like the priorities of how a game should be built. I was just making something I thought would be fun. And now thinking back on it, having something in a starter area throw you down in an underground pit isn't a great first player experience or first time experience. So I think there's a very good chance that it stays unused. And if it does become used, I think you'd need some way to open it instead of just falling straight into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Maybe a lever or something somewhere on the map.
Yep.
But at the moment, I have no plans. And clearly, as this update shows, I like adding new secrets, but I don't think that's the best idea for a secret, putting it under sand. But this update does have a few secrets already.
Fair enough.
One of which hasn't been found yet, by the way. I just want to say that.
One secret still hasn't been found.
One secret is still yet to be found.
Damn. Okay.
All the amulets have been found.
Yep.
So all the big secrets have been found, but there's a little Easter egg somewhere that
Okay.
no one has found, and I'm surprised if anyone will even find. But
Well, everyone better
it's a
get to
big one.
looking then.
Yeah.
Now my mate Sweet Potato, I don't know if you've seen him in my videos. He
Hmm.
has been begging and begging for a new area, so I want to ask about the mines, because that's obviously coming soon. It says, but I'm not sure if you've
Yes.
got that planned for a while. And then obviously same with a new regional section of the game.
Right. So that's a question I get every day as well, pretty much. And the thing with that is the reason why people are so excited for a new zone is because they want to feel that experience of going to a new zone for the first time again.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not as easy as it sounds to add because a new zone is only fun if it has new fun mechanics involved with it. And I don't think adding just a new zone would be that fun at all. I think adding a new zone with a new feature, with new fruit, with new seeds, all that would be great. But right now, for the last few updates, I've been focusing on making the zones that are already here as good as possible. So players that play the game for the first time have an even better experience when unlocking the zones for the first time. Like the amulets now, I think that's going to make unlocking zone 10 a lot more fun because now you're going to see this ladder here and be like, what's that? And then you get the shock of like amulets are a thing. I never even knew about that. The other one in zone 15 is a lot more hidden. Same with zone 20, but that's kind of meant to introduce a new mechanic. But eventually when the zones that are already out are content packed enough, then I will focus on adding new zones with new mechanics. I already have ideas for the next two zones, and that's not including the mines. Um, but yeah, I do look forward to getting to that as soon as possible. Actually, come to think of it now, there's not that much more to be added to the already existing zones, since the last like there's been a lot of updates now have all been focused on these zones, and I think they're getting pretty content filled. But when it comes to the mines, that's obviously the next step. I'm not going to add zone 25 if zone 15 is still has a big coming soon sign.
Yep.
So the mines won't be a normal zone. They're not going to be you unlock a specific level and then you can go down there whenever you'd like. The mines are actually something I've had planned since release. I wanted them to be out with release, but I did not have time. And since then, I've been working on other things. But it's something I'd like to get to as soon as possible. And the idea with the mines is I don't want to spoil too much. The idea is that it's almost going to be a mini game in a way where you're only allowed there for a specific amount of time and you have to make as much use of that time as possible. And every time you enter the mines, they look different as to how they did the last time you came in. So you always get a fresh experience and only one person can be in the mines at a time. But there's a lot more complexity to that mechanic that is still very much in a concept phase, but I do look forward to working on the mines
Yep.
Probably quite soon, I'd say. I'm not gonna say next update or anything like that because I don't really know what I'm doing next update. But I would like to get to that as soon as possible.
Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Wanting to make sure that every region has, a decent amount of content within it for the players to do before going to the next one.
Absolutely, yeah.
The last question I have, in the game, there's
Mhm.
only one giant fruit at the moment, and I'm wondering if you're intending on adding others in the future to new regions that you'll make or already existing ones.
Right. Well, that's actually a talk I had quite a bit with, not with testers, but some of my early players, where we had this idea to. This is what became the giant kiwi, pretty much. That the game would have a giant tree at the top of the mountain that would have one fruit growing, and it would take like 6 hours for it to grow, but it would be massive. It would be a huge deal when it drops. The problem is we never really got like a place where I think that would fit. I think we even had a name for it at one time, but I forgot what it was. But we had this concept art for a giant blue tree that would spawn a huge fruit. But since we never got to that, we decided to just make instead a variant of the kiwi to add something interesting to Zone 10. And instead of making it take 6 hours, we made it take 2 hours. And instead of being like its own rarity and a huge deal, we just made it a legendary. But now that the giant kiwi is in the game, I don't really know if adding another would be that great. Because I think the giant kiwi almost works best as its own mechanic. Because
Yep.
imagine you have to wait 2 hours for a giant kiwi, and then finally you got it. And then you keep playing, you get to a new zone, and you're like, oh, great. It's the same mechanics, except this time I have to wait way longer. I don't think that would be as exciting. I think the giant kiwi works well independently of another one. So I
Yep.
never say never, but I doubt. I strongly doubt I'll ever add another giant fruit.
Yeah. Sort of having every
Mm,
region have its own sort of, I guess, gimmick or mechanic in it.
exactly, yeah.
Yep.
And I think so far that's already pretty much the case. I mean, obviously Zone 0 is just the tutorial, but Zone 5 has currently the donation area, but later in the future that will be events. The
Oh,
donation
cool.
area is a temporary place. But I'll remove the donations when I think the game has enough content for me to start doing temporary events.
Yep.
Zone 10 has introduction to amulets, ticket printers, and the giant kiwi. Zone 15 will have the mines, which will be the focus, but right now they are a bit barren. And yeah, I mean, Zone 20 is just good gear. Maybe more in Zone 20 someday, but I don't know. If even though it has very little content, it does feel
It's
like a
like the
very
end game.
good
It's got all the good
zone.
stuff in it.
Exactly. I do wonder how it'll feel when there is more to the game. When there is a Zone 25, how will players feel about Zone 20?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll add more content to it in the future. But yeah, I believe that was all your questions,
Yep.
right?
That's all of it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time, and I look forward to seeing your next videos.
All good, man. Thank you. Alright, boys, so there was our interview. We got a couple of questions in there. Yeah, so we found out about what the mines were going to sort of entail. So it was going to be a mini game, as he said. We also found out about whether there's going to be any new zones soonish. As he said, he wants to work on the areas that are already here and make sure that they're content filled for all of the new players that are coming in, and making sure that they're engaged and have all this content that's going to keep them wanting to come back and play the game, which is exactly what you want in a video game. And we also asked about the giant fruit as well. He said that the giant kiwi is its own gimmick, which makes sense. Like, it was an early stage game mechanic that could have been a thing, and he's got a little tidbit to it there with the giant kiwi. And we asked about this down here. And this was going to be an early game secret, but it never came to fruition, so it's not going to be in the game. That is the amulet update with the new Tourmaline amulet, which gives you the Tourmaline mutation, which you can only get, you cannot get on mutators. So we got an interview there with the game dev. Really nice guy. That was good to get an interview with him, ask some questions that I've been wanting to know about. And especially for you guys, so that you know what's coming next for the game and what to look for and what not to look for. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.